welcome to Healthy Living video blog at workoutmaster.com. This is episode 61. This is Ruben.
And this is Aram.
And in light of Thanksgiving dinner coming out this coming Thursday, woohoo! Love Thanksgiving, man. It's one of my favorite holidays.
I think so too.
We want to talk about the mistakes that you can possibly make on Thanksgiving and what you can do a whole lot better than you've probably been doing before. So we're going to go ahead and tear this one apart, talk about everything about Thanksgiving dinner, how to make good choices, how to make bad choices too, and how to live with the bad choices you made.
Absolutely. And not feel guilty the next day.
I'm not feel guilty about it.
Or feel horrible for that matter.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent holiday. It's a time when the family gets together. A lot of times we don't see our families for extended period of time, and that's a time where you basically come and feast on food, and you eat a lot, and most of the people overeat. So we'll talk a little bit about strategies that you guys can do to avoid overeating. Not that we don't want you to eat; we definitely want you to enjoy the holiday. And it's interesting, like anytime I see people and then they kind of wish me a happy Thanksgiving, they always ask me like,
are you going to stuff your face?
Yeah, you're going to eat a lot and you're going to have a pie. And I always say, hell yeah, I'm going to have it. I'm going to have everything. Right. It's just I might not do exactly what everybody else does the same exact way,
right.
But I'm definitely going to have pretty much everything that's on the table.
Yeah, you want to eat your turkey, your stuffing, all the cranberry sauce that they put there in the measurement that will be ideal for your type. Of course, you don't want to just go overboard with whatever can actually make you very whatever is going to have a lot of sugar. So because it's going to throw you completely out of whack. So you do eat a little bit of everything, and you put it in the right context, and you should make a plate this big if you can handle it.
Let's talk about what the biggest mistake I think people make on Thanksgiving dinner. What's the biggest mistake?
Even before they start eating.
Exactly. I find that's the biggest mistake.
Couple things happen, guys. You take too long to eat. You've been waiting for everybody that's running late. You've been anticipating the food for hours. You almost want to almost save yourself for the big meal, in the evening or whatever time, is usually my family does it around 8 p.m. So yeah, you probably haven't eaten anything since like 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the afternoon on that Thursday.
I know a lot of people get together around 4 or something.
Well, whatever.
Whatever the time is, you just wait for that time.
Right, so they might have, have dinner at 4 o'clock, but they only had breakfast. They didn't have any lunch because they're anticipating to just stuff themselves to the gills by 4 p.m. or 8 p.m. or whatever the time is. It makes no difference. So what happens is that you have gone majorly hypoglycemic. So by the time you sit down at the table, you're gonna eat like you go into the electric chair. You're just gonna grab everything as much as you can and just stuff it.
You'll see your family being moody.
Yeah, everybody gets edgy.
Very hungry.
Yeah.
And you'll be ready to find carbs, and there's a lot of carbs on that Thanksgiving dinner table. And you're gonna overeat for sure. And this is what most of the people do.
And how many people does drink alcohol before, when you're sitting around the table, before
waiting, so you keep driving. So one episode, a good episode for you to watch is the keto health, the blood sugar regulation, because that's basically what happens during Thanksgiving, before the Thanksgiving dinner. So we tend to go too low blood sugar. Yeah?
Absolutely.
So guys, one thing you can do for sure is you can at least snack something before, so you don't go too low blood sugar by the time you at Thanksgiving dinner table.
Avoid alcohol before you eat. Many different reasons. One, because the alcohol will go right through the stomach wall into the blood system.
It'll go through your mouth, actually.
It will actually whack you harder than you ever probably, you already have probably some experience of the kind, but it will make you go even more low blood sugar, which it begins a nasty cascade of hormonal response. Do not overeat in the sweets. Try them all. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't put a huge slice like I've done before. I'm guilty of that because I like my sweets. One huge piece of everything at the plate, and then you not only did you have a mountain of turkey with stuffing and this, that, and the other, and sweet potatoes and stuff, but then you have another mountain of pies, and that will destroy you for a couple of days. And I'm guilty of that. So don't make the same mistakes. Like I told you, look in the wall, and if you see my forehead skin there, don't make the same mistake.
It's not that we don't do mistakes, guys. We do mistakes all the time. The idea is to learn from mistakes that you made. So what you probably would want to remember during Thanksgiving meal, that we do have three parts to the meal. Yeah, there's a protein part, there's a fat part, and there's a carbohydrate part. We do enjoy a lot the carbohydrate, the sweetness, the thing that we feel like we deserve to have that at Thanksgiving dinner, and it's a beautiful thing. You probably do deserve to have it. Just remember that the release of sugar in your bloodstream will be a whole lot slower if you had some fat and protein with it. So when you eat and indulge on the things that you deserve, make sure there's enough of fat and protein to slow down that process of jacking yourself up in the high blood sugar and then falling asleep after you're done eating because you're too low blood sugar.
Because you're a mess.
You're a mess.
So that's important to do. Make sure that you eat as much as you want. We're not gonna take you. Oh no, you have to count your calories on Thanksgiving. I go, no, you
Hell no.
You count them by the thousand as you inhale them. You know? But just make sure that you do it in a ratio, in a proportion that actually your body actually thanks you. You're still gonna feel not great. Let's be honest, because if you eat 16 portions of turkey when you should have 2, well, it's gonna happen, and we're okay with that. It's one day in that month that happens. It's the month of November. That's when you eat like you mean it.
I find that Thanksgiving is the day where you do things you generally don't do. You don't beat yourself for doing it.
No, you actually tap yourself in the back. Because good job.
You say good job.
Go ahead.
Yet,
go find the plate.
while you're eating, you still can make a better choices.
Absolutely.
And before you. That's the biggest message that we want to send. And other thing that we want to talk about is
number 2. This is by far the most important thing that you can do on Thanksgiving dinner night. When everybody's ready to go, you hand everybody a huge doggy bag that they can actually strap over your shoulders, and you get all the food out of your house. You might want to keep some of the stuff that is good for you. It's going to actually, give you better health. You make you feel better. But all the pies, all the pastries, all the cakes, all the garbage that that you don't need, that you only do it specifically that day because it is what it is. It's Thanksgiving Day dinner, so you're gonna have it. But just send everybody home with it. Doesn't mean that you don't like your friends and you're actually trying to poison them. It means that you're not trying to poison yourself. If you want to make the world a healthier place, you gotta start with yourself.
Absolutely.
So get all that garbage. I hate to say it's garbage because I love it. Take all that stuff, all those pastries, all that stuff, get it out of the house. Right? So you resist the temptation of going to them, and you don't keep having Thanksgiving dinner for the next 10 days.
Yes.
It's Thanksgiving Day, not Thanksgiving.
That if you're hosting the Thanksgiving dinner. Right. Now the opposite strategy will be if you are somewhere that somebody's hosting the dinner and they want to give you a lot of sweets to take out with yourself. You gotta say thank you very much, but I'll pass today.
I'll pass. That's fantastic and get tempted.
I will come back tomorrow and possibly will enjoy a couple of things maybe again if you invite me, but I will pass on taking something of too much carbs with you at home. Now if somebody gives away turkey, I would probably take it.
Right, some of the turkey, some of the stuffing like from my sister make with all that ground, more turkey and the raisins and all that, all the nuts and stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna take it, of course.
Absolutely.
I will take it with the she offers it or not. It's just a given.
The thing I find is missing a lot of times on a Thanksgiving dinner is the fat content.
Right.
So I would recommend if it's a gravy, eat a little bit more gravy because that has a high fat content.
Unless it comes from a can.
Unless it comes from a can, obviously, the real gravy. Definitely go, guys, for organic stuff as much as possible.
Of course, that goes without saying.
Buy organic turkey. On top of it, turkey by itself, it's already a highly bred bird.
It's been like crossbred to create a turkey with a chest the size of a freaking bullfighting bull.
Exactly.
It's almost like a.
And there's a varieties of turkeys that are coming out in the market more and more, which were on the market before, like heirloom turkeys, basically
heritage turkeys.
Heritage turkey.
Right.
So you can, guys, if you haven't bought a turkey, it might be a good idea to do a little research on the internet, maybe invest in something like that. First of all, you're going to support a local farmer because chances are big companies don't invest in things like that. Secondary, the heirloom turkeys or heritage turkeys, they tend to be more on a gamier side, so the meat tend to be a darker a more tastier.
Well, it's a heavier fat, it's a more
Heavier
saturated
fat,
because the animal is actually eating in the wild as opposed to being in a feedlot just being fed grain and soy. You know, you are what you eat. So if that animal is eating nothing but polyunsaturated fats, the fat in that animal is going to be mostly polyunsaturated, even though it's an animal and we will consider it to be saturated. It will not. Okay. So that's why it will be really cool to eat, gamier, turkeys.
Now, coconut oil is definitely not a part of the traditional Thanksgiving dinner, but it is important to have at least either butter or coconut oil somewhere around it. Somehow use it within your meal because fat is important, and in order for you not to completely crash after Thanksgiving, you would want to put some sort of fat into it.
I'm planning to make, for example, some sweet potato fries. So guess what I'm going to cook them with? Coconut oil. I've done it before. I've actually been trying them, a couple occasions just to fine tune them for dinner.
I think today I'm going to experiment. I usually make a cranberry sauce with mandarins. Fresh cranberries and mandarins is exceptional.
I for dinner?
I think I'm gonna put coconut oil in there. We'll see how it works. Just do something, guys. Put some fat somewhere because ultimately it'll help.
And don't forget, I know there is Thanksgiving and the coconut flavor does not go directly.
Definitely, yeah. You don't want to have a coconut turkey, maybe.
No, I'm not. But it doesn't sound too bad altogether. But you know that you have expelled pressed coconut oil that has no flavor, has no smell. So it will not taste like coconut. You only use it for what it is. It's just a healthy saturated fat to cook with that is not going to have the coconut flavor added to it. So your turkey tastes like, like a coconut ice pop or something.
All right. You want to say anything else?
I think that's it.
Hey, guys, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. It's a beautiful time of year. You're going to see your family. Enjoy that time. Have fun. Definitely enjoy the food.
Thursday morning, we're gonna be recording.
We're gonna talk about what Thanksgiving means. Because ultimately, it's about giving thanks to what we have. So really? We would want to.
Thanksgiving is about giving.
I think so. I think people don't really think what Thanksgiving means. They just say Thanksgiving. So we're gonna talk about.
We're gonna talk about our own experience of how we give thanks. To who do we give thanks? We might not mention names. Actually, as I get older, the list gets shorter and shorter, which is very interesting. But it is very important that we give thanks because what you do in a metaphysical way, you're just sending all your love and all your energy to those people that really are transcendental to your growth, physical, emotional, and spiritual.
Thank you very much for watching, guys. Your future looks better already, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.